Now, most people think they're eating enough protein on a day-to-day basis, but when we actually go and track things, they're mostly under-eating protein by around 60 to 80 grams, which is detrimental if you're trying to build muscle, which is not what we want. And that's why most people aren't recovering, aren't able to put on size, and aren't able to function and feel good day to day, simply because they're not tracking their protein and they don't know how to eat enough protein on a day-to-day basis. So today I'm ranking the best protein sources that you can use if you're trying to recover better, put on size in the gym, and just feel better on a day-to-day basis. I'd be ranking all the well-known protein sources out there in the world that you'll see in your local supermarket, in your local dairy, whatever it is. Most of these protein sources are found all over the world, and if you're in a first world country where you've got access to food, water, and a roof over your head, you're most likely gonna have access to these proteins. So without further ado, let's get into it. And the first thing to note before I actually get into the video, I'm not ranking protein off the amount of the nutritional value or how many nutrients you get in the protein. I'm ranking it purely off protein density, which pretty much means how much protein you can fit into that tiny bit of food, whatever it is, because not every single protein is created equally. Some proteins have way more proteins than others, some don't, some have a higher nutritional value than other proteins, but some just have more protein in general. And there's also more accessible protein for your body that it can, better use as well. There's so many different avenues you can look at it, but without further ado, let's get into it. Now, number one that we're going to be ranking on this list is egg. Now, I know what you're thinking. You have eggs for breakfast. You're like, oh my god, it's a great source of protein. And yeah, eggs are extremely good for you, especially the egg yolks. Egg yolks have so many nutrients in them, and they are freaking awesome. I have eggs every breakfast because of the nutritional value just in their egg yolks. But as I said before, when it comes to protein density and how much protein you can fit inside eggs, it's not a lot. One egg is about 5 grams of protein, about 4 to 5 grams of protein. So if you're having 2 eggs for breakfast, it's not cutting that. So for that reason, I'm going to put eggs in B tier. Second thing is we've got sardines here. Now, sardines are so underrated. I think everyone they're missing an opportunity with sardines here. I only started having them like a few months ago, and oh my god, I think you just got to man up and just get rid of the taste. But personally, when it comes to nutritional value, the amount of healthy fats that are in sardines, and I'm not just talking about the nutritional value here, but also the amount of protein. Like a small can of sardines can come around to being 16 to 20 grams of protein, which is a lot considering the small amount of can. And if you get it in just spring water, you even get less calories than if you were to get it in olive oil or any other oils you could have it in. I don't know, but for that reason, sardines are really, really good, and I freaking definitely recommend having them in your diet. So for that reason, I'm going to put sardines in A tier. Now, this one is one that we've probably all heard of and we've probably all had assumptions about, and it is protein powder. Now, there are so many different protein powders out there in the world, and it's kind of confusing because some are better than others when it comes to nutritional value, but when it comes to protein density, it's honestly such a great and efficient way to get your protein in on a day-to-day basis. And you just put it in water or put it in a shake, and it's literally about 20 to 30 grams of protein, so easily and accessible. And for that reason, I'm going to put protein powder in S tier. It's going to be the first one we have on S tier in this list. Now, here we have bananas. Now, bananas are a great carbohydrate, but when it comes to protein, I'm sorry, you just can't cut it with a banana. I don't know the exact nutritional value of a banana, but I'm pretty sure it's not a lot. So if you're trying to put on muscle, it's a great pre-workout meal or snack to have before the gym, and after the gym as a post-workout meal. But when it comes to pure protein, it's not the greatest. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put banana in D tier. It's not the greatest when it comes to protein. Now, second one that we've got on our list, or the second one that's going to go in S tier, is chicken breast. Chicken breast is so lean, which means it just doesn't have a lot of fat content, which means it doesn't have a high fat content in it, which means it's just pretty much pure protein. And it's not a crazy amount of nutritional value because, as I said, or as I'll say, chicken, or you'll find with a lot of poultry, they don't really hold a lot of nutrients. So you're mostly looking at red meats and beef and bison that hold a lot more nutrients than other foods. Same with fatty fish, but when it comes to protein density, chicken breast is freaking incredible. Like 100 grams is like nearly 30 grams of protein, or 40. I don't even remember off the top of my head, but I know it's a freaking lot. And I encourage anyone who's trying to hit their protein goals to have chicken breast in their diet. So for that reason, I'm gonna put chicken breast in S tier. It's literally a game changer. Like, you gotta have chicken breast. Now we have beef. Now, depending on the type of cut of beef that you have, it can vary. Some beef cuts are more fattier than others, which could hold more calories. But when it comes to just beef in general, beef is pretty good. Beef has one of the probably the best micronutrient or nutritional values out there. It's insane. Like, if I were to list every single micronutrient that's in beef, I would be here for a while. And I have beef at least 3 times a week. It's really, really good for you, and I highly encourage everyone to get beef in their diet. And when it comes to hitting your protein goals and repairing your muscles after you've trained or you've had a busy week, or even if you're trying to feel full on a day-to-day basis, and its protein value is really, really good. Alright, so for beef is going in A tier, not quite S tier, because it is quite fatty and holds, I'd say, equal amount of fat to equal amount of protein. And we're not ranking the fats here, ranking the protein density. Fuck, I gotta breathe, bro. Sometimes when I record these videos, I end up just talking way too quick and I forget to breathe, but hey, we gotta keep it authentic. Alright, now, second one we're getting in here is cheese. Now, I know what a lot of people might think is that cheese, oh my god, cheese is dairy. There's protein in dairy. Yes, you are right, but it's, yet I want to come back and say there's so many different types of cheeses, and it really matters about certain cheeses you have. But if we're just going for, blocky cheese in general, I want to say that it's pretty bum. Some cheeses don't have a lot of protein. I'm going to put cheese in C tier. If you're going for cottage cheese, then yes, cottage cheese can have does have a very good protein, density and value. But just regular cheese in general, you're going to find them having a lot more fat than protein, if anything. So for that, cheese is going in S tier. Now we're going to probably one of the most deceiving ones on this list. We've got nuts. Now, I bet you I was a mistake of this too. I did this myself in the past. And it's what people do is they get nuts and they're like, oh my god, nuts are a great source of protein. And yes, they do have protein in them, but you know what else they have? A whole bunch of fat. Nuts are extremely fat heavy and fat dense, and they have way more fat than protein. So you could have a whole bag of nuts, and it'll add up in calories, and it'll be like 1,000 calories for just a bag, and you only get like 20 grams of protein, which is pretty bad considering the protein to fat ratio. So for getting good healthy fats, nuts are incredible, but just for hitting your protein goals, not incredible. So for that reason, I'm putting nuts in D tier. And I know it's a shock. I know it might be a shock, but we're talking about protein density. What's easier to hit your protein on a day-to-day basis, not what's better for you, because all these foods have really good. All of them have more. Some of them have a better nutritional value than others. Some of them have more protein than others. Some of them have more fat than others. But today we're just talking about purely hitting your protein goals. What foods are easier for you to hit your protein goals? And that's why you might be surprised by seeing a lot of these foods ranked weirdly, because you're like, oh my god, that's healthy. But hey, this is how it is. Now, protein bars. Protein bars are very accessible to everyone. I know there's a lot of protein bars out there in the world, but at the end of the day, what I said before, it really varies on what kind of protein bar you have. Some protein bars are good and are quite lean. When I say lean, I'm just talking about high protein for less calories, but a lot of them in general, and like one small protein bar could be like 500 calories for like a tiny thing, and that's like a whole meal for some people, and it's just incredible for only like 40 grams of protein, which isn't bad, but I know for a fact that it's not going to fill you up. Also, there's a few types of protein as well. A few types of protein are easy digestible by your body. Fuck, I'm forgetting to breathe, but I gotta do this YouTube more. Some protein in the protein bars aren't really usable by your body. There's like, you can go down an avenue talking about that, but just for now, I'm gonna put protein bars in B tier, because some protein bars are really good, but others are pretty poo. Now here we have protein yogurt. Protein yogurt is the one that I have in my diet, and I put my clients on a bit of protein yogurt as well, because personally I think it tastes incredible, and it's a great way to get your protein in. It really is. And for calorie wise, for the protein to calorie ratio, it's really good. It's really, really good. And I think if you're wanting a snack, get some protein yogurt, get some berries. Oh my god, get some manuka honey. chef's kiss, I'm telling you. So protein yogurt is going to have to go in B tier. Now, sausages. I'm going to say this for a lot of foods in this list, but it really does vary on the type of food that you get. And when we're talking about sausages, some sausages in particular are really fatty, and they're going to hold a lot more fat than protein. You can get really lean sausages, but you can also get really highly processed sausages where they don't have the right protein that you need, or they don't have a good nutritional value, and they're really high in calories with not a lot of protein. So for that reason, I'm putting sausages in C tier. Bacon. I'll talk about pork bacon in particular because I know there's turkey bacon, which is pretty good in protein density, but we're not talking about turkey bacon. We're talking about pork bacon because that's the most commonly used bacon where I'm from, and I think everyone's like, oh my god, we're having bacon for breakfast. It's protein. It's also a lot of fat, let me tell you that. It's holding a lot of calories, and when it comes to protein to calorie ratio and the fat ratio, it's pretty low in protein. Bacon's pretty low, so bacon's going to have to go in D tier. So if you have bacon in your breakfast, it's a nice treat every now and then, but I reckon stick away from it because it's quite high in fat and you don't get a lot of protein. You don't get a lot of bang for your buck, let me tell you that. Now here we have tuna. I'm precisely talking about canned tuna here. Exactly like the canned sardines, highly underrated. Canned tuna is a game changer when it comes to protein density. As I said with the sardines, you can literally get a small tin can for about 25 to 18 grams of protein, and it is so incredible for protein value, and it's something I incorporate in my diet every single week, and it helps me hit my protein goals. You can get different flavors of tuna, which might make it easier to eat and digest, because I know some flavors are dry as hell, and they're just, you get it in your mouth and you're like, oh no, it just doesn't cut it. But it just, as I said with everything, it just depends and varies on the type of tuna or food that you get. So for that, tuna is going to go in bloody A tier. Now, lean chicken mince. Lean chicken mince pretty much is the exact same as chicken breast. It's just, you know, minced up version. So it's really good protein value for calorie value. But when you're getting chicken mince, just make sure you're getting a lean version. That's all I'm saying. There's different types of chicken mince you can get, but if you're trying to get low calorie and higher protein, always go for the lean version of chicken mince. So chicken mince is incredible for getting daily protein, so that's going in S tier. Now, salmon. Salmon is kind of a controversial one because salmon is incredible with omega-3s, but when it comes to protein density, it's kind of leveled out by the fat. When I say that, as I'm saying, is like kind of got equal amount of fat, equal amount of protein, or even more amount of fat. I'm not too sure, but it's not incredibly protein dense, but it's got a good amount of protein in it, and it's nothing crazy. But I reckon you got to get a fatty fish in your diet at least once a week to hit your protein goals and hit your fat. So for that reason, salmon will go in B tier. But just like the sardines, you know, sardines are more protein dense, so if you wanted to get a fatty fish, maybe go for some sardines or salmon of your choice. It's up to you. Now, I know I already said beef before, but we're talking about lean beef or ground beef or mince, wherever you are in the world. If you're getting a lean version of lean mince, it is incredible. I have beef mince for breakfast every single morning. I'm gonna have to put beef mince in S tier because if we get a lean version, it's just so incredible. Beef is one of the highest nutritional contents and value in the world, and it's so incredible for recovery, putting on muscle, day-to-day functions, regulating your hormones, got those healthy fats, and if you're getting a lean version of that, it's even better. So beef mince, S tier. This is one that I highly recommend to anyone if you're busy or if you're traveling a lot and you're on the go. Biltong or jerky is incredible. It is so protein dense for calories. You literally can get a 40 gram, sachet, and it's about 100 calories for about 20 grams of protein, and that is just insane. Or you can get maybe 100 grams for about 50 grams of protein, and the protein density in biltong is insane. And if you're wanting to hit your protein goals and you've got a busy day and you want to stop into the gas station or just a store and just grab an easy bit of protein, always go with beef jerky. It is going to make or break you, and it's going to be the easiest thing, and it's what I incorporate whenever I'm traveling to hit my protein goals. So for that reason, biltong is going in S tier. Now, white fish. White fish was a food I had a lot when I was in bodybuilding prep. It's really, really lean, which just means it doesn't have a lot of fat in it. So if you might have caught on by now, lean meats are incredible for usually protein dense. They don't have a lot of fat, which means they have more protein. And lean fish is incredible, like white fish. It has to be S tier because the protein ratio for lean fish is just insane. You're getting so much protein for no fat, low calories. It's awesome. But the nutritional value of white fish isn't the same as a lot of fatty fish. Like, you'll kind of notice a lot of fatty foods tend to have a more nutritional benefit and value from them. There's just so many more nutrients in the healthy fats you get. Like, fats aren't bad for you, it's just having them in moderation, because fats can add up in calories and then it can put you in a surplus, and we don't want to go in a surplus unless we're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is. Now, for the last one on this list, we have turkey breast. Now, for where I'm from, we don't have turkey breast, but if you're out in the world and you got turkey breast, it's S tier. I'm telling you, it's freaking S tier. It's so good. It's literally like chicken breast. A lot of poultry. They're very lean and they hold a lot of protein compared to fat, and it makes it really easy to get your protein goals in. That's all I'm saying. But that's actually pretty much wraps with everything what I was ranking from S to D on my tier list. Those are the proteins that I recommend you incorporate into your diet, into your weekly diet, because having those certain foods will make it so much easier to be hitting your protein goals. All these foods aren't bad for you. I have to say that all these foods are good in moderation, and you can have these foods. Like, for example, the eggs. Eggs may not be incredibly high in protein, but they've got such a great amount of healthy fats. Alright? If you just wanted egg yolks are very calorie dense. You know, you could have one egg and it's about nearly 80 calories, or about 100 calories, which is a lot for such a small egg. If you wanted to get rid of the egg yolks, you could just have egg whites. Egg whites are really good. That's one I didn't put on this list, but egg whites, that would go in S tier as well. Egg whites are a game changer, and they're very protein dense, and when it comes to calories. If you're struggling to hit your protein on a weekly basis, try out these foods. These foods are going to make hitting your protein a lot easier, and now you've got some sort of idea for what you kind of should be aiming for when hitting your protein goals, because I know it can seem daunting with all these different types of protein, but hey, you just keep learning and you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and eventually you'll become more knowledgeable and you'll learn about certain things, and then all of a sudden you know how to eat. But that pretty much wraps up this video of me ranking the best protein sources that I recommend you should get. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel and support me. Getting better at YouTube. I'm freaking loving it, and I appreciate you watching the video, and without further ado, I'll catch you later. Peace out.